Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Duel 95 Minecraft server. So this again is Ridgetown, and with the same lighting as last time, there hasn't been that much of a difference. But as a confirmation, here is Asian House. Asian House is regularly burnt down. I think it's been the 10th anniversary last night of someone burning it down. But nonetheless, it only takes about 5 minutes to bring Asian House back. Because Asian House is quite a key component of this server, and burning it down causes you to be banned for a while. Banned as in IP and player. Which they did burn down Asian House, and they also burnt down some things that spawned which were also repaired. As I may just point them out, it was over here in this general direction. It was mainly two buildings that haven't really had that much activity. First of all, the ice skating rink, I think. This was burnt down and hasn't loaded, but there's a zombie in here, and the door's been compromised, but that's alright, because it's still here, and why is there normal wood there? Anyway, that shouldn't be much of a problem. I don't really want to see zombies coming out, but alright, and Enderman, everything crazy is going on around here. Probably because of it's pretty much underpopulated in this area. And now here is, let's see, I can get a lot of obsidian. Dirt. Through this. Yeah, I had to build an obsidian wall because I exploded something in Glacier so my house wouldn't blow up. Yeah. But Glacier's all fixed, I'll get to that in a minute. This is a tree house by Quailo96. Built a very long time ago that I don't even remember. But it was in the time of the construction of power lines, I think. As I could say. It might be. Consuelo was okay. That vantage point was also blown up with flint and steel. Yeah. Let's have a look at Glacier. Glacier, as filthy as that may have succumbed to, it is now functional again. This isn't a full lava fountain, it's not a full griefed palace, but instead it is what it was before. Just good old Glacier. Incidentally, this house here was never affected even in the post-apocalyptic period of time. So thus, this is Jam's house, the person that griefed Glacier and caused all that problems in Glacier. My house is still pretty much the same because it needed repairing. Chris's house that was pretty much the hardest work to fix. Pretty much replicated what it looked like before it was blown to bits with lava going everywhere and the whole ground being destroyed. Michael's house. No, that didn't really change much, so yeah, this only had the faces of it wiped off a bit. But yeah, it's pretty much restored to whatever it was meant to be. And Jam did put that there, I don't know why, but it was there. Up here. Actually, I want to go out. And now for keywords. Fortunately, there is a $720 fee, I think, if I use another protocol to get here, besides warp. As you can see here, there was a big wooden house here before, in the overworld, and then you see a little bit of the fractured netherworld down there. So there was a massive explosion here. There was a dormant nuke pretty much in the middle, and which caused this to happen from the trigger of a pressure plate. There was actually a few, but they could only be activated, the TNT, by stepping on it or landing on it from construction, which is when it went off during construction. Not sure what's going on there. Let's see how Chernobyl's going. As this is also in the same very world. As I see it, I don't know if that has loaded or is just in destruction like it always is. Okay. I'm still not very sure. Chernobyl reactor cores look like they're fine, but the security seems very breachable. As seen in the past, like 2 or 3 times from the same person, or maybe even 5. In which wooden fencing doesn't really cut it that well. And you can see a cross section of the reactor core right there. Although you're not meant to be able to, but seeing how Fraps is the video capturing software being used, it does usually cause problems with rendering. Yes, but it does render when you go there, so it's okay. Well, yeah, you shouldn't see that. Reactor cores shouldn't technically have TNT, but it is part of the powering of it. Well, yeah, it does power it along with lava. Well, so Chernobyl is fine. And this is pretty much just a server update video to update you people on what is going on. So, to Cathedral. The Cathedral, I don't think has been blown up, because if it had been blown up, there'd be pretty severe consequences. Mostly spiritual consequences. If there is a spiritual side of this server. Mainly because it's pretty much a church. Anyway, to build camp, I need to deactivate these signs, otherwise you cannot use the button. As I found out yesterday. Because the button's on the same thing. Down to Cathedral, or actually from Cathedral to Duel City, which I need to improve on at some point. I don't know if you can hear a difference between the other videos, but I am talking a bit louder, or, well, I might not be, but this is just the first video I've decided to use an actual microphone. I do have a collection of microphones, but I don't usually use them on the computer, which I probably should. Podcasting is always a fun idea. Minecart on Minecraft. This may be a little inconvenient due to the convenience of warping, but the scenic route is always pretty good, seeing how these warps will be removed very soon. Like, the build camp warp is already gone because it was misplaced and it could not be created again. But I do think this is a pretty good idea, this rail system in the sky. Except for when Fraps is running and you can see all the caves, which there are torches in that one. A bit confusing if I've been there or not. And here we go. There's the build camp of Duel City. I feel like it's slowing down a little bit. Whoop, hold back up. So that waterfall over there, it looks a bit like Poison Mountain if it were water. So that might become something in the future. Here is this, not really changed so much. That town, the owner of that house has decided to go on the server, seeing how the server now runs on port 3074, which incidentally happens to be the exact same port as Microsoft Xbox Live Voice or something, in which their port is unblocked and they can use it. But that doesn't mean that the server is running on that port. Server is still running on 25565, and will continue to run on that port at all times. From now on, like when it was on port 80, that just seemed weird, and I could not host a web server at that time. That was very sad. So to conclude, in the future I do want to make lockers here professional like other ones, which I can show you an example of in Glacier Tropics. This may be a little bit futuristic, I don't know if I've made a video of this, but this is Glacier Tropics and it hasn't really loaded, and it's got swamp water, swamp biome stuff. Go to the Glacier Tropics mining facility. Here we have a basic mining facility, and there's a minecart track down there in this mine, and a whole bunch of torches and that. Here is the offices which was proposed. Mineral deposit chests, these were here quite a while ago. So in here you'll see a bunch of chests that you can open, even if they open randomly. That one will not open for logical reasons. That doesn't really make sense because it's glass on top, but it does open. Because of the old Minecraft, how you could just put it there and it didn't literally open. It just opened a little dialogue, and that was it. And like there's all gaps here now compared to the old one. Now I do not think many people are watching this video, but I don't really care, because I'm still uploading a video and that makes me happy. Not really. It's just something to do. Sometimes you get bored, you start building stuff on Minecraft. And that looks like bedrock to me. And there is the minecart track. And a very dark tunnel. Most likely because this might be the bottom layer. And that explains... oh, so that looks like it's natural bedrock. So this is the bottom layer, and because of the particles you can see it looks a lot worse and a bit more gloomy because I can't actually see where I came from now. And I think there was a big water or lava thing up there before. Whoa, that looks creepy. I think it might be the sunrise or sunset outside in this glacier area. So that was a brief server update. Well, not as brief as you'd think, but pretty brief. And this is Ridgetown again, and I'll sign off here. Thanks everyone for watching this Duel 95 Minecraft server update.